data science community in Nigeria played host to Microsoft's big data evangelist, Professor Raj Krishnan, who visited the country to engage tech-savvy Nigerians on developing trends in the industry. He shared perspectives on artificial intelligence and natural language processing.
The language is a language. I know one thing we should all be is not to fall in love with technology. Technology is the means, and we should be flexible and adaptable. If we find something else, we should learn. A bot that does not leverage language, to me, is not a bot. It is just a dummy replacement for things that anybody can do. So it has to have all those capabilities. So when you're building bot, that's what I would do. How do you take advantage of natural language processing? The business needs a service. You need to build all this, and you should be very proficient in deploying this as a service, as a web service. That in itself is a very daunting task. If you do not go to the customer, if you just show them text processing and this and that, nobody will buy it. Unless you give it a context, okay, what is your call dropout rate? How many people, when they call you, what is the time between if somebody called and then you responded? Or how many people dropped out your call? How many people in Nigerian villages where they cannot get to a place where there is internet, but they have a phone, have you enabled all these people? And here is where I can use artificial intelligence and cognitive services to enable that. You need to always have a business case before you tell them anything about technology.
Other stakeholders shared their key takeaways from the event.
We don't have a data culture. Data Science Nigeria is trying to, create that movement. We need to see that data is a valuable asset. It's a raw material. In this industrial age, we are entering the fourth industrial age. So we need to start understanding the kind of things we can do with data. And data science is at the forefront. Data Science Nigeria is at the forefront of making sure that people are aware of the opportunities data code. So with this turnout, it's impressive that more and more people are embracing this opportunity.
So where do you see the level of penetration of data in the next few years in Nigeria?
No, the penetration is going to increase. We are still not there, and I'm not going to lie that there's going to be a massive impact. It's not going to happen yet because every actor, we are talking of government. In the world, government are the biggest producer of data, so they are not involved. So there's a problem. So we can't. There's a limited impact we should expect. We have the universities, like we are talking about. Research is a problem. It's not going to change overnight. Luckily, we have Unilag here. We can start small. So that baby step is actually needed. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, but let's just look at it step by step.
I think for me, just continue to talk about the opportunity that there is in data to really change the narrative in the country. I think we've learned how we could use big data to solve a lot of our problems, and the fact that Data Science Nigeria is very committed to capacity building, and we're going to continue to see a lot of that in 2018. And we're very happy as Microsoft to continue to partner with them and seeing how we can help to develop this ecosystem and make sure that data is really doing the right things for the country and really impacting lives and changing society.
Okay, but care to throw more light on how Microsoft is partnering with big data to push forward machine learning and the rest?
Okay, a lot of it is around capacity building and making sure that we match the right resources to the activities that are going on here. As you can see, the key note speaker for today is an employee of Microsoft who came all the way from the US. He's a professor and is also an employee of the company, and this is him coming here to engage with us. We provide that to Data Science Nigeria. We brainstorm on ideas together, and we also co-sponsor events that they do. So we'll continue to look at how we can get the right resources to meet with the community, to continue to develop the capacity of our own local ecosystem so that they can be very proficient in the right tools for building the practice of data science as a whole.
Visionary of Data Science Nigeria, Mr. Bayo Adekombi, speaks on the forum and further plans to drive innovation in the country.
We felt that if Nigeria is going to play in the global space, we need to bring people who are already playing in the global space. We need to learn from them. We need to learn and know what they've done well We need to, in building our own narrative, we cannot remove the fact that we need to learn from other people. And when we incorporate their learnings, what has worked, what did not work, with our own context, we can come out with something that is meaningful, applicable, and relevant to our situation. And that's why we made that big, bold decision to bring Professor Raj to Nigeria to share his very vast experience, both in the academia and industry, and consulting as a leading Microsoft expert and as a leading professor at IIT Chicago, United States.
Okay, I think the question for me and a lot of people want to know is, for 2018, what are the key strategies in place to drive innovation in Nigeria?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us next year is companies must consider big data as the ultimate game changer. There's so many data out there, but we are not able to bring them together because they are not structured. And that's why we as a team, we are focusing on natural language processing, which allows us to be able to analyze data that are not zeros and ones. Many of us are, we can analyze data in Excel, how many people and all that, but when you're analyzing emails, analyzing what people are saying on Twitter, analyzing what people are saying with their voices, analyzing smileys and emoticons is more complex and more demanding. But for our part of the world, that is where we're going to get the raw insight. And that's why we believe that if we're able to build the right tools, solutions that are Nigerian-centric, we can answer those fundamental problems, position Nigerian industry to be able to do much more in terms of optimization and efficiency, and then we can also make it easier for customers to access our services, because now they do not need to know English or be able to read and write, because now they can use voice, they can use a lot of other things to be able to achieve that.
With the digital revolution changing the global socio-economic landscape, Data Science Nigeria has shown leadership in creating the platform for innovations that will positively impact Nigeria. This will require support and investments from the government and private sector.